Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If this is your first video, hi, I'm Alaina, and this is The Organized Money, where we talk about planning life and managing money. In today's video, we are talking about how I handle long-term tracking and planning. I mentioned in my planning video that I have a separate system for keeping track of long-term tracking and planning, and I told you guys that I use a bullet journal for that process, and you asked to see it. So that is what this video is all about. First, if you're new to my channel, I do keep a Happy Planner Big in order to stay on top of my daily planning. My Happy Planner Big is divided up into 4 sections. It's my catch-all, my business, my home, and my budget planner. And then on the side here, I now have my church planner, which is a monthly planner that I just keep in here. So that's how I'm currently using this, and I plan in all 4 of these sections on a daily basis. And so that's how I stay on top of my daily planning. But my bullet journal is how I stay on top of all of my long-term planning and tracking. My bullet journal is very functional. I don't do much decorating when it comes down to this. I don't even really use any stickers. It's mainly used for the function of just staying on top of long-term projects. So when you first open it up, I have my name and the year, and on this side they do have a key, but I don't use this key. I mainly have a simplified version of a key that I do use, and I have to do, completed, migrated, canceled, and notes. On the next page, I have my index, and this is all of the things that I want to easily flip through. So I just keep the page numbers here so that I know where something is in my bullet journal. So the first page is my planner setup. This is where I keep track of all of the planners that I am currently using and the style of that planner. So I'm currently in 7 planners in my bullet journal, but with the 7 planners, I have the type of planner it is and the style of that planner, because a lot of times you guys ask me what style of planner that I'm using. If it's a hourly, what's the name of the planner? And this is just a way for me to easily be able to tell you what type of planner it is. So I keep track of every planner that I'm currently in. And then at the bottom here, I have all of the different things that is currently in my bullet journal. So that's just a great way, a great reference for me if I ever wanted to know what was I thinking, because I do make a lot of changes. So this kind of lets me know my train of thought when I was setting up a planner. On the next page is my filming ideas, and this is a very simple setup. I have just the title of the video that I would like to film, and then whenever I film it, I will just do diagonal lines. This lets me know that it was filmed. If I decide not to film it, then I will put an X through the box. And on the next page, I have scripts. So I do keep my scripts within my bullet journal, and that's just because I just enjoy the process of writing out my thoughts. So I will put the title of whatever content I have decided to create. So this was a YouTube video. It was how to get 1 month ahead, and then I just script it out. And that mainly helps me whenever I'm filming a video to make sure that I stay on topic and don't veer off too much. So at the top here, I have where that content went. Like this one went on YouTube, and it was on July 17th. So that lets me know when it was posted. And this is when I was jotting out all of the things that I wanted in my bullet journal. So this is what I was calling like my home management binder. And you'll see a couple of the pages that I decided to set up. But I do like to script out anything that I'm thinking or planning out. So a lot of times I will just jot down different things that I would like to add into this bullet journal, or add into my planner, or add wherever. And this just helps me get it out of my mind, because whenever I have a bunch of things in my mind, I feel a little overwhelmed, and getting it out on paper just makes me feel better. So these are more scripts, and I have the at the top here because that lets me know that this was a Money Monday, and it was a class I did on the 13th of July. And my scripts are the things that mostly take up a majority of the space in my bullet journals, because as you can see, I like to write out a lot. And so I'm always writing in here just to kind of get things out of my mind. On the next page is my YouTube tracker. So this is where I'm keeping track of my subscriber count and when I actually achieved a certain level of subscribers. So I like to keep track of my progress just so that I know what date I hit certain milestones. And so it goes from 10,000 and it goes all the way up to 100,000. And it's very simple setup. As you can see, I just drew some boxes and put the subscriber count, and then I just write the date underneath whenever I achieve that goal. And this is another script. Next, I have my to read section, which is all of the books that I want to read for 2020. Anytime I come across a book that I just fall in love with, that I'm kind of excited by the title, I will jot it down here, and then if I read it, I will put the diagonal lines to let me know that it has been completed. So this is just kind of like a running list for me. And then anytime I'm finished a book, I will come back here to see if there's anything else that I want to read next. The next page I have is my health appointments. So this is a spread that I have set up for my entire family, and this basically keeps track of all of the upcoming health appointments that we have for 2020. So anytime anyone goes on an appointment to a doctor, we will, I'll put who went, the date they went, and what type of appointment it was. So as you can see, my husband went on July 2nd to the podiatrist. So this is just a great way for me to stay on top of all of our doctor and dentist appointments. My kids have some upcoming dentist appointments for their 6-month cleaning. And whenever that happens, like I like to record it after it happens. So I will just jot it down here. The next page is my auto maintenance, and this is just a way for me to keep track of what is happening with both of our cars. So I have the date, the type of car, because I have my car and my husband's car, and then what we did. So this was his car registration and the price. So this is just a great way for me to stay on top of the auto maintenance. And then this page is where I'm keeping track of home projects and repair. So I have the item, the date, the project, and the budget. So with each one, I will jot down what I believe the budget is going to be, or how much I have set aside in sinking funds for that particular amount. And then I will write in red next to it how much we actually ended up spending. So with our pool repair, we ended up getting it done in June. And then I have the company that did it and the price that it was, which it ended up being a little bit less than what I thought it was going to be. So this is a great way for me to stay on top of projects and repairs around the house. But I even break it down further, which I'll show you on the next page. Like for something like this, like with our pool repair, that's just something that had to get done. It was done all by one guy from the company, and it was the set price, which was already there. For my reading nook, which is something that I just created, there was a bunch of little parts to that project. So whenever it goes like that, I will break it down even further. So as you can see, I have my project, which is the reading nook, the goal, which is to create a cozy, minimalist space for reading reflection. The area is in my living room. The budget was $500, the colors, gray and white, and the deadline. So this was my project for the month of July. And so then I wrote out all of the different things that I found and tried to stay within my budget, which I ended up doing, because we ended up spending $480 on the total of everything that I found. And this was me like hunting for different things, because I was really trying my best to stay within the price range that I had set. So this is a great way for me to break down projects even further so that I can really do my research, look at how much certain things are, really break down how much it's going to cost us, and make sure I'm achieving our goal within the deadline. On the next page, I have my business supplies. So these are all of the standard supplies that I use in my business, and I will do an inventory every single Friday to make sure that I have all of these things. If I need something, then I will just jot it down on my business planner, which I can show you guys how that looks. Yeah, so it's right here. Anytime I know that I'm going to need something, let's say I do inventory from my bullet journal and I know I'm going to need ink, then I will jot it down in this section of my planner. And then when I order it, I'll check it off and write down the price that I paid. So that's just a way for me to stay on top of all of my inventory and to make sure that I don't run into the problem of missing out on something or having to delay orders because I wasn't ahead of my supplies. Underneath here, I just have all of the list of the types of income that I have coming in, and then that just makes sure that I stay on top of that on a weekly basis also. So this page is my monthly bill tracker. This is where I'm going to keep a list of all of the items that are like fixed expenses for me. And then I'm going to cross off when they're actually paid. So this is a great like monthly overview. It's kind of where I can reference for setting up my monthly budget. And I just like to have them all here just to make sure that everything gets paid every single month. And it stands like each one of the letters at the top is for July, August, September, October, November, and December. So this is for the rest of the 2020 year. And I mainly will do 2 of these, but I am just getting into this one for the second half of the year. 9 times out of 10, I usually will have 2 bullet journals for every year. One from January to June, and then the next one from June to December. And that's mainly because I write so much. You know, with me writing these scripts in here, it takes up a lot of space, which means I don't usually only have 1 bullet journal a year. 9 times out of 10, I'm going to have at least 2. So this is the monthly bill tracker, and on the next page is my pre-plan. So I like to pre-plan my months, and that's where I am basically looking ahead for the next month and then jotting down everything that's in my phone that might be, you know, written in my planner. I just want to have one central space where everything is so that when I'm planning in my planner for the upcoming month, I make sure that I don't forget anything. So all of the events that are coming up is on this side, and then on this side is my monthly checklist. So I have what YouTube videos I'm going to film. I do 4 blog posts a month. I like to pre-schedule those, pre-schedule my email newsletters, make sure that I do my monthly budget, make sure that I pick a home project for the month. I like to do a project per month. So I will look at my project list that I showed you guys before and pick one project from that I'm going to do for the upcoming month. Work on my church budget, which, you know, I'm the CFO of my church, so I do like to pre-plan all of the different things that's going on with church, all of the Money Monday classes for the upcoming month, and then what Tom Squad is going to get and what Tom Academy is going to get for the upcoming month. So this is a great way to make sure that I'm staying on top of everything and that I'm pre-planning it out. So I will just like really just jot everything down on here, and then when I'm ready to plan, I'm able to reference this page. And then the last page over here so far is my blog ideas. So I will just kind of jot down all the different ideas that I have for upcoming blogs, and then when I have finished them or written them out, I will just basically do the diagonal lines like I have over here. But as you can see, my bullet journal is very, very, very simple. There's no like particular order to it. It's just kind of like whatever page is coming up next, I will just write whatever I would like to write on that page, and then I will come back to my index to make sure that I have everything that I need on here to make sure that I know what page has what information on it. And that's basically it. I hope you guys have enjoyed this bullet journal flip through. Do you have a bullet journal? Do you use a bullet journal with a planner? Please, please, please let me know. Like I told you guys, my planner is my main place for daily organization to make sure I'm staying on top of everything on a daily basis. But when it comes down to pre-planning and thinking of lists that I want long term, like these are lists that's going to happen for the entire year, for the rest of the year for 2020, my bullet journal is the place where I keep that. No stickers, very, very simple, very functional journal. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this flip through, and I will see you guys in the next video. If y'all want like a pre-plan in my bullet journal, definitely let me know and I can show you how I do that process. But until next time, keep organizing your life so that you can achieve your dreams. Bye guys.